Hey guys, my name is Nick Harrison and I've been raising capital for real estate projects for a while now. And in that time, I've helped fund everything from fix and flips to long-term rentals by working directly with private lenders. So in this video, I'm going to answer a few of the most frequently asked questions because a lot of lenders I work with always ask the same exact questions. So let's fire away. So number one, what to look for when it comes to raising capital. So this is probably one of the most important things to understand, whether you're a lender or someone looking to raise money. People don't just invest in deals, they invest in the person behind it. So we start with the operator. Are they experienced? Do they have a proven track record? Can they communicate clearly and answer your questions with confidence? At the end of the day, people don't invest in deals, they invest in people. If the person seems shady, unorganized, or disappears for a few days, obviously red flags. Doesn't matter how good the numbers look. Next, we have the deal structure. What are the returns and how is it being paid? Typically on real estate transactions, 12%, 14%, solid return. Is there a balloon payment or monthly interest? Are you getting paid monthly, quarterly? Are you getting a lump sum of investment? 12 months, 4 months, 6 months? What happens if something goes wrong? How much equity is in there after your money is covered? What I mean by that is if the house is worth $350,000, you lend out $150,000 in first position, that would be considered a safe investment because you have equity in the deal. So always make sure you're fully covered. You need to know exactly what you're getting into. If you're lending money, your capital should be protected through the structure of the deal, not just the intention of the borrower. Next up is the paperwork. Is there a promissory note and a deed of trust? There are two types of documents that you need when it comes to protecting your money. Promissory note outlines the structure of your money, meaning what is the money that you're borrowing, what is the return, and for how long. However, the deed of trust is what secures the money against the real estate. Without a deed of trust recorded, your promissory note becomes worthless. Next up, what happens if the borrower stops paying? You take amount back. That's what happens when the borrower stops paying. This is probably the number one fear all new lenders have. And honestly, it's a good one. It shows you're thinking about protecting your money and not just chasing returns. So here's how it works. If you're lending on a real estate deal and the borrower stops making payments, your protection comes from your paperwork, specifically the deed of trust. To clarify, the deed of trust is another word for mortgage. That deed of trust is what gets recorded against the property and gives you legal rights. It says, hey, if you don't pay me back, I could foreclose on the property, get my money back through the equity. Now, obviously, foreclosure is the last resort. No one wants to go there, but knowing that you have the legal right gives you a peace of mind and leverage. Here's a quick example. Let's say you lent $150,000 on a house that's worth $350,000. If the borrower stops paying, you have a lien in first position, which means you can take over the property, sell it, still have enough equity to be made whole. That's the kind of loan structure we aim for every time. Lending on assets that would have at least 50% equity. And if you don't have the paperwork in place or you don't have the equity to foreclose, you could be in trouble. That's why I tell every new lender this: never wire money without signing docs and confirmed recording. That includes promissory note, deed of trust, and title company confirmation. It might sound like a lot, but once you've seen it done right, it becomes second nature, and it's how you lend with confidence. I know it might sound like a lot of steps, but once you understand the process, and once you've done it a few times, it becomes like putting on a pair of pants. So if you ever want a second opinion on a deal you're thinking about funding, or you just want to understand how to protect your capital before jumping in, feel free to book a call with me using the link in the description below. Or if you got capital sitting around and you're ready to put it to work safely, we can have that conversation too. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.